time we left off, you guys had gone to the graveyard, gotten the relic for the museum curator, gave it back to him, and he gave you guys that that necklace that is supposedly enchanted with the energy of Zulfur, and you brought it back to Ganzen. He was very impressed, and he basically said, like, all right, this is awesome. We need to go out and find more of these relics, because you guys are using them as conduits to open interplanar portals. In order to travel to the astral plane, you really need to have a lot of energy that is coming from other worlds. That's the only way to kind of create these rifts in the dimensions. And so you guys set off looking for more of these relics, and we're now doing that like time skip thing. And 2 months have passed now since you guys have joined the Agents of Ascent. Continuing to welcome newcomers. The group, as you can see here, has grown since your induction, and you guys have learned, some about the other members, kind of what they do, but a lot of your adventures have been together. You guys have been working primarily with that same group of 8, or actually no, 9 people. You guys, the PCs, along with Valerie and Shira. Since, so you've been working with them primarily. Searching for these other relics and stuff, and the agents have collected a lot more artifacts that are said to hold these magic from other planes, and Ganzen is finally ready to begin the ritual to open up this portal to the astral plane. So you guys are just at the dawn of creating these portals and going up to the heavens. And you all find yourselves in an inn. I know it looks very similar to the other inn, but it's actually not the same inn in Rentham. You guys now find yourselves in the town of Seven Oaks, which is in western Rentham, near the border of Sungar.
Best Western.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry, how long did you say we've been doing this?
2 months.
2 months, and we've been all of our party has been working with each other for that time?
Yep, so you guys have been working with each other for that whole duration, and you've been doing like some things with the other members too, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of like direct interaction. Maybe like you guys, kind of meet up and have dinner together and chat. But you guys haven't seen any of the other ones like kind of like in action. And even a lot of the time that you guys have spent together hasn't even been very combat focused. A lot of it has been just researching, like, where are these artifacts, talking to people in various towns throughout Rentham. You've spent most of your time in Rentham at this point. And just trying to figure out, like, where are other relics that are said to have been touched by the angels, and then how do we procure them?
Okay. Do we want to like do some sort of I don't know, brief one fact or something like that to show anything that we might have that like other members of the party might have learned about each character as we spent these 2 months together, just so we can like kind of because I want to feel like I actually have spent some time with the other characters.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want to go around, we can do maybe we'll do like two facts. How about that? I was going to do like the 2 truths and a lie thing, but the lie thing doesn't even make sense. So let's just do two truths, double truths about your character. So 2 things that the other PCs have learned about you in the time that you've spent with each other in these past 2 months. And it can be literally anything, whatever's relevant. So whoever wants to start, go for it. Oh, hey, Carl. Joined at a good time. We have done our time skip. It's been 2 months since you guys first gathered, and now you find yourselves in a different town, Seven Oaks, on the eve of when you guys will start the ritual to go up to the astral plane. You've gathered enough artifacts, and you're ready to start the ritual. And so all of the Agents of Ascent have gathered here in Seven Oaks, and because you and the party have spent the past 2 months together, we're going to go around the table, and every character is going to give 2 facts about themselves, or just 2 fun little tidbits. Maybe it doesn't even have to necessarily be like a direct fact. Maybe it can just be like a little excerpt of something that happened along the way. Like Frift was walking and she saw a stink bug and she freaked out because she hates stink bugs. Something like that.
Good lord.
So, who wants to start?
Since I suggested it, I feel like I have some duty to start it.
All right, starting. We're gonna go clockwise. So that means Ella will be second, just for those of you who are thinking about stuff. All right, Strike.
Okay.
Thank you.
through conversations, you learned that Strike and Murdoch both served in the military together and had like commands under the same commander, and that was somewhat recent. They still talk about the things that happened during that time. Also, there was a situation in which Strike was responsible for buying some fruit for the team to get a snack, and he was highly unclear on how expensive an apple was. He variably offered a single copper and 50 gold for the apple.
How much could a banana cost? $5?
Precisely. All right, those are my 2 facts.
Excellent, thank you. All right, Ella. 2 fun little
Alright.
facts about Ella or Neil.
Well, first of all, you kind of learn that Neil doesn't have really any sentence. It's kind of just controlled by Ella.
All
So,
right.
more like a puppet, and it was actually Ella that was doing the introduction that happened.
Wow, it was all an elaborate ruse.
Yeah, so it's just kind of Ella talking to her imaginary friend, so to speak.
Mm.
And she comes from a organization called Divide, which is what, and their symbol is what's on her ring, as well as she recently found out that there was something that and a member told her that she needed to find out, and that only talking with her spirit would she be able to figure what was up with Divide.
Ooh, all right. I like that string, that thread.
And those are 2 things.
All right, great, thank you. Next up is actually going to be Valerie, since she has been traveling with you guys. Yeah, Valerie and Shira have been with your party, and so one thing that you actually find out is the reason that Valerie and Shira have been with your party, because Valerie told you, is that Ganson was a little bit suspicious of newcomers. He is very welcoming, and he wants everybody who he can possibly get to join the group. But it doesn't mean he doesn't like to vet the people who join, and that's why he had Valerie and Shira tagging along, because they are the 2 strongest combat members, and so he wanted them to just kind of keep some tabs on you guys, since he didn't know you too well. Also tells you that Valerie definitely can run her mouth. not great at keeping secrets, that's for sure. Another thing you learn about her is that she actually worked as a mercenary throughout Rentham. She's taken contracts from both the military and also from independent parties, and she's done things from just intel gathering informations all the way up to assassinations. What you learn about Shira is that Shira's power mostly comes from this magical hourglass that she carries around. And it hosts just this immense magical power, mostly control over time. Hourglass of Shahrazad. And the other thing that you learn is that Shira's father was a very well-known and prominent fighter from a distant land, not from Testria, but the name does it was actually specifically Strike who asked about it when Shira was describing it, and you guys find out that Shira's father is a man by the name of Nashir.
God, I want to.
Whoa, baby!
I want to send an eyes emoji so bad, but screw the server.
Oh my god!
All right, Frift, you're up.
All right. Well, during this time, doing research and stuff like that, I talk about how the reason that I want to get to the astral plane, which I make little secret of, is because I want to find my teacher who taught me all about magic, who was killed by some people. Well, he was killed by some demons, and I think that he is the only one who could tell me what demon commanded them so that I could hunt him down and get vengeance. And then the other fun fact is that
Wait, that first fact wasn't fun.
it's fun of a sort. You notice pretty quickly that Frift summons Gorax for pretty much anything, even if you're researching in a library and there's no one like around that would see it, and she wants to reach a book that's really high up, she will just summon him and have him grab it for her, or stand on his shoulders and grab it for herself.
Liberal with the summoning. All right.
As long as there's no town guards around, they're going to jump on her for it.
Wait, I forget. Does Gorax talk?
He talks very sparingly.
Does he say anything when she does stuff like summon him to as a staircase?
No.
Okay.
If she asks him a question, he'll usually answer back in like a very short phrase or one word.
All right. Awesome. Excellent. Murdoch?
Murdoch, or as as his full name is, Sir Murdoch Bevent, is from. Eventually, you learn that he is from a tiny fishing village on the east coast of Rentham called Bevent. Despite the fact that he grew up in a fishing village, he does not like the water or boats. Also, as we travel around Rentham a few times, see Murdoch attempt to speak with some like Rentham guards, and he's asking about a person named General Salamon, who he wants to know where this general is. Murdoch explains that he squired under this man, and also that Salamon was in charge of the campaign that Murdoch and Strike fought in.
All right. Excellent. Dunny B?
It's Dunny B's turn. Well, you've learned that Dunbar is very old and used to be one of the legendary beasts of the Feywilds. He genuinely believes he does not have any powers and does not have any combat prowess whatsoever. He just simply is trying to be present and help everyone be happy and comfortable. So much so that he files down his nails and doesn't really ever show any aggression or anger. And he doesn't like to talk about being aggressive. He much more would rather just sit around and, as his bear counterparts are. He would much rather just sit around and be comfortable and drink tea and be as he is. But he's considerably old and doesn't like violence.
All right. Thank you.
Does Dunbar like honey?
Of course, that's a staple.
Okay.
He especially likes honey in his tea, which he appears to be infatuated with. Both his tea and his pipe, he cannot be without.
Straight chilling, always.
Always straight chilling.
All right, Shigure.
Shigure talks a lot about the monastery in Sanjira, and especially the master of the monastery, Master Tyra. Not much about his family. He has mentioned offhandedly that he did have a family. He came from oh god, I'm forgetting the name.
Saint-Jean?
Yeah, but the town. One
Hmm.
sec. I can just look at the map and I'll remember. Oh yeah, Gobiju. Um, which is like it's a weird town. It's very deep in the jungle. And there's like a lot of unique plants that grow around there that are pretty valuable when sold outside of Sanjira. And so he was responsible for harvesting them, and that was sort of how he grew up. But it seems like he left the town as soon as he could. He was not very happy with that life. Um, and the other thing is he's always at first he was a lot more mild mannered, but now that you guys have gotten to know him better, he is always looking for fights, especially Dunbar at first, and then Gorax once he got to know Dunbar better and realized he wasn't as keen on fighting. He's always looking to fight Gorax to see if he can prove himself stronger. I don't think he's probably beaten Gorax at this point.
No, Frift is always like very, very hesitant to let them fight each other, but if Shigure pushes enough, then she's like, "Oh, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it in an open space."
So Shigure wanted to fight Dunbar, and Dunbar just didn't engage it at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
like when he first saw Dunbar, he was like, "Oh my god, this guy looks really strong. I gotta fight him." And then as he got to know Dunbar, he realized Dunbar like wasn't really that keen on fighting. And Shigure never wants to fight someone who doesn't want to fight back.
Excellent.
Gorax always wants to fight back.
Yeah, that's why Gorax is
This is why
He's
Gorax
the perfect battle buddy.
Gorax is great, but unfortunately Shigure is 0-17 against Gorax so far.
It's a terrible matchup.
Are those fights to like what kind of fights are we talking here? Are those like
It's sparring.
duels, first person to hit or something, or like?
It's sparring, so it usually ends with usually Gorax being in a position where he could kill Shigure, but the match ends there because this is just for training, just for fun.
Gotcha.
Love that. All right.
Although, actually, I can throw in one more thing. Is that one thing that you probably noticed from those sparring sessions and like our regular combat is that Frift is definitely holding Gorax back, not just in those sparring sessions, but also in like the previous fight that we had as well. Like she is not really giving him juice so much as she's trying to take as much juice away from him as she can when he's out. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Brog?
So, you guys have learned that Brog is like a little on the young age for dwarves. He's 160, about, and he's done a lot of different like occupations for the dwarves. He's been part of like mining. He's been on like the actual council that makes decisions. He's been part of combat groups. He seems to not like to stick with an occupation. He likes to like jump around and try a whole bunch of different things. And then on the same line, now that he has his mission of this tome, he is down to do like he wants to get involved in anything that has to do with like any like trace of magic or like a different state that could maybe give him an idea of like figuring out something about the book. So like anything Dunbar offers to smoke, he's down.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Ella does like anything, he wants to like ask her about like how did that feel, and like if you guys do anything like somewhat magical, he wants to like be on that. And he has his own little book that he takes notes in.
Where does he store the tome?
He generally carries the rune tome on him at all times, but then like behind his crossbow, there's a satchel that has 2 other books in it, and they're both empty, like tome like looking books, and one is for personal notes, and one he's leaving blank that he's going to use to translate.
Gotcha. Ambitious.
Pretty sweet.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys. Getting to know each other a little bit better. All right, great. So yeah, 2 months later, and you guys are finishing your dinner, and Ganzen will say, "All right, everyone. Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow we go to the astral plane. It's going to be a marvelous, marvelous thing, and we've worked so hard over the past few months, and it just brings my heart joy to have you all gathered here in front of me at this table. So, let us be rested for tomorrow. You all know your groups and where you will be in the mountains. And once we're all in place, we will use our communication devices to begin the ceremony. Good night, everyone. I'll see you in the morning." He's gonna head off to bed early.
I'm gonna raise a toast to finally get into the astral plane. May all of our journeys have been worth it.
Hear ye, hear ye. How
Here,
can a man sleep with such excitement coming tomorrow?
well,
What Dunbar's tea?
I can hook you up.
I am for merrymaking, but I agree with Ganson that tomorrow is a big day, and I'm gonna get my rest as well.
I, for one, think a big day deserves a big party. I'm gonna look over at Frift and waggle my eyebrows. Another toast.
I will toast again with a second cup in my other hand. My first hand is still up.
Say, Frift, does your big friend does he eat?
No. I've tried
Does
to
he
put stuff
drink?
in his visor, but he just kind of grumps at me for it. He doesn't like it much. I don't think it hurts him, though. One time I put a bunch of flowers in his visor, and then he killed a guy with them on. That looked kind of funny.
Oh, indeed.
But, no, he doesn't eat. I'm sure that he's pretty excited about getting to finally, well, I don't know if he's going to come with us to the astral plane, but, like I've been telling you guys, once we get back from the astral plane, then I got some real work I got to go do. But I definitely want to hang out with all y'all after that.
I think we all have some work to do once we get back from the astral plane. I don't know if everyone's quite yet shared the exact secrets of your desire to travel beyond this earthly plane, but quite a few of us have missions that we just need a little bit of information before we're ready to set off upon. One journey leads to another, as they say. What are the rest of the folks? These like the tiger dude and all the other people who aren't the tiger. What are the rest of them doing?
The tiger and the others.
Some of them will stick around and drink and chat and kind of just talk about like, oh man, what do you think it's gonna be like? No, it's gonna be probably really bright, a lot of lights. Not sure, I've never been. What do you think it's gonna be like? I mean, it's gonna, it's this Ganson guy. He's been there before. I've got to admit, I'm a little skeptical about it, though. Oh, come on, you can't think like that. We're gonna get there. They'll just kind of chat about that before heading off to bed, probably earlier than you guys if you're gonna stick around for a good amount of time.
Strike
Murdoch,
will. Sorry, yeah, go Murdoch.
I was gonna say Murdoch will glance sort of like longingly towards the bedroom area, but then look across to Strike and just sort of sit down in a resigned to staying here. table.
Dunbar's gonna sit by the fireplace and light a fire and just kind of chill.
When Shira gets up to leave with the others, Strike is going to scooch down further the table towards her as she gets up and ask her if she doesn't want to stay and have another couple drinks with the rest of the team.
Wait, sorry. You were doing Shira?
Yeah.
She'll say, not really one for drinks. Tomorrow's a big day. I should rest.
Indeed, yes, it's a big day. A big day indeed. Yes, go get your rest. Of course.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else that your group would like to do, you all will, go to bed when you may. And
Once I stop being able to get like really big toasts because like most of the people have gone to bed, I'll be like, and I'll try summoning Gorax and having him like just shout a long time with the toasts, but that's mostly just strange and frightening. So then I'll just tromp off back to my bedroom and go to sleep.
Dunbar is still sitting over near the fire, just kind of staring at what he lit, and you'll notice that something you haven't really seen him do before is one of his legs is bouncing up and down.
Oh.
Strike will.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Strike will come over and sit down next to the fire. I assume a lot of people have left by now, so the party's dying down a little bit. Strike will come down and sit over next to the fire with Dunbar, and he'll notice your restless leg there and gesture towards it. Nervous for tomorrow?
I usually know how a story's gonna go, but I don't know how tomorrow's gonna go.
I would think that a fantastic being such as your own has little to fear from the future.
Certainly hope so. Untraveled lands. I've been on Testria for so long. It's weird to be someplace I don't know.
Have you traveled every length of this continent?
Or just about. I can't swim very well, but at least the land, I've traversed quite a bit of it.
Well, you must be ready and raring to go for a new adventure then, yes? I mean, surely all the same continent gets boring after a while.
Yes, I think it's time for something new.
I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret, Sir Bear. That's part of the reason why I'm on this journey. You see, the pleasures of Testria, they pale after time. I may be young, but my opportunities have been varied in this short lifetime that I've had, and I seek to see what's beyond the edges. So perhaps you and I together shall see what's outside of Testria. New land for both of us, yes?
Absolutely. It'll be good to be going on this new journey with other people. So I look forward to it. And you'll see his knee starts to slow down a little bit. It's still going, but it's I think I'm just gonna sit here for a while.
Strike will thump him on the shoulder and walk off back to his room.
Strike and Dunbar can gain inspiration.
Not advantage, inspiration.
Yes.
Inspiration is advantage in a can.
An
The-
inspiration in hand is worth an advantage in the field.
Huh.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna be off to bed. And
Yeah.
you guys will wake up tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn, and you will gather into the assigned teams that have been gone over prior to last night. You guys will be acting as a party, just yourselves. Both Shira and Valerie will be joining Ganzen and his team, and each one of these parties is going to create a rune. Sees Brogrod's eyes up in the mountains.
Opens all 3 books.
Yeah. And once all of those are open, or once all these runes are created, you guys are going to pour your energy into them, all 3 groups, and then all 3 groups doing this simultaneously in the mountains is supposed to open up portals to the astral plane. And you guys are instructed to create this rune. You have a diagram of what the rune is supposed to look like. Once you get to like a high point in the mountains, you guys are going into those cliffs, the evergreen cliffs to the west of Seven Oaks, because the angels always come down there from Monsteria. You guys remember Seven Oaks is where like all the Monsteria festivities were held. So there's a higher concentration of like angelic presence in this area. So you guys go to the cliffs, climb the mountain, inscribe the rune on one of the peaks, and then you have this stone tablet that has an incantation that you will say, and then
Of note, as we're in Seven Oaks, my character Strike will make mention of the fact that he is originally from Seven Oaks. Just wanted to get that in there. I don't think we traveled through there without him saying that. So
yeah, gotcha, cool. And yep, then you guys will pour your energy into the rune, as will the other parties. And as you're doing that, you are asked to, in your mind, create a vision of who or what you hope to see by traveling, by planeswalking. What are you trying to see? And the more that you can actualize that image in your head, it will manifest into reality with the help of these runes. So you guys will branch off from the other 2 groups. Ganzen leading one party, and then Zuzarti, who's one of the newest members, and Elven Mage will be heading the other. And yes, Brogrod, you have already questioned both Zuzarti and Marielle, both of them being elves, on your tome. They have no idea what it says.
I had to step away for a second, but Dunbar did not sleep last night.
Uh-oh.
You found him in front of the fireplace, still smoking on his pipe.
He's
is he really sleepy looking?
Yeah, he's pretty tired. He looks even sleepier than usual. He always looks sleepy. You can like barely see the white part of his eyes usually, and now it looks like his eyes are closed.
I kind of feel like sleepy is like a personality trait for him, more so than a state.
Yeah. So.
All right. Let's travel up into the mountains, shall we? Take you guys. Oh, actually, before we do that, this is what I was going to do. Sorry. We fast forwarded a little bit. You guys have, gained some experience working with the agents of Ascent, yada yada yada, and so you guys are actually going to level up. Congratulations.
Nice.
So now we get to test our cool level up macros. So if you go to the campaign macros, there's one for a level up, and then there's one to give you a power of mana or 10 HP. Every even level, you will select one of those to get. You can have whichever one you want, and because we're leveling up to level 2, you'll be able to do that. So if you guys want to try just clicking the level up button and then clicking whichever one of those you guys want.
Interesting.
Wait, we get 1 power, 1 mana, or 10 HP?
Or
One
10
of those
HP.
three?
You get one of those 3. You will do so at every even level.
Freaking easy.
Huh.
1 mana, 1 HP.
Aw.
Who need health when enemy dead?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, make sure to level up first. I don't know if it actually matters, but I would definitely do that first, just in case.
So
Are we supposed to have 5 mana now?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Also, are we supposed to have 30 HP?
You get started with 20, and you get 10 each level.
Okay. I thought that when we started, you were like, I'm starting you guys at 20 HP instead of 10. I'm starting you with a level 2 HP total, because otherwise you would get killed really easily. But okay, we start with 20, and then we get 10 per level. All right.
Yep. You'll still get 10 per level, even though you started with 20. Yeah, because you guys will just get one shot. So
Like Brogrod, Dunbar, and Shigure are beefy.
beefy boys.
Murdoch, don't forget to get your thing.
Yeah, I was trying to decide. I think of the HP.
All right, we got 4 going for HP, 3 going for power.
Where's the mana?
Seems reasonable. The HP is quite strong, so is the power. All right, great. So now that we did that, we should be good. Leveling is a lot easier this time, so actually I really don't think we should have any problems with that. Everybody looks like they have the right HP, the right power and everything. So okay, great. Thank you guys. Congrats. Level 2. Up and up.
The level up macro, that's really hype.
So much
Something
easier.
about clicking the button yourself where it's like,
Exactly. Instead of like, oh hey guys, started the session, you're all leveled up now.
yeah. That had its own kind of hype where it was like, oh shoot, we're leveled up. But like to be able to do this like after we finish a fight or something like that would be also really cool.
Yeah. All right, so you guys, you leave the tavern and you're in Seven Oaks again as the sun is rising. People are already out and about, and there's probably either a lot of spring in your step or a lot of anxiety in every single one of your emotions, depending on your characters, because you guys are making your way up to the mountains, ready for the day that you've all been waiting for, traveling to the astral plane.
Bonus fun fact. Frift has a little pouch of sunflower seeds that she usually keeps on her, like refills whenever we get into town, that she like occasionally munches on. And pretty much ever since she walked out of her room this morning, she has been like just popping them in her mouth one after the other. Other than that, seems normal, but it's constantly crunching.
Constant crunch. All right.
How long have we been traveling to get here? Or is this just outside the hood?
This is just outside the inn. Yep, this is just in Seven Oaks. This is just
30
outside.
seconds.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
30 seconds in, but we will quickly go from the inn, and you guys will begin to make your way up the mountains.
Holy crap, did you just have a whole map for a, like, 1 minute intervening thing?
Yeah, this is a real
Production value?
hours. Yep. Exactly. Gotta make it feel real. You know, you guys gotta.
Those 30 seconds cost the production team $10 million.
This is real snow that we flew in from the Himalayas.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Wait a darn second.
I was looking at these, but these though.
Yep, you guys are going up the cliffs, and these are the mountains where, if you guys remember from Monsteria, remember how like whichever team was in first got that like specialty place that they got to stay at in the Evergreen Cliffs. They had like that special little house like in the cliffs that they got to stay at, where Dragon House always was because they were like always in first. And there are these flags that are strewn throughout the cliffs in celebration of that, especially since Monsteria like just happened. And as you can see, they're arranged in order of placement with Chimera House first, as they came in first.
I always wondered what it was like to be inside one of the tents with the contestants. Isn't Monsteria just the most exciting?
Someone thought I was a monster once.
Not all monsters have to be evil, you know.
It's true.
Hey, you hear that? Thump on the large armored leg next to me.
I will shy away from Gorex.
You're gonna see Ella pointing at the Hydra flag with the snake on her arm, kind of looking at it.
Aw. Eat your veggies, and that could be you.
All right, and you guys are going to get to the peak of one of these cliffs. Which, if you move up here, I'll just yoink.
Oh God!
You guys will find yourselves
I
at,
desynced. There we go.
and you can see these little stone tablets with dragon etchings in them, and these pillars, and this looks like a place, like that Ganzen was talking about, a place that will have some extra angelic energies, and is also atop one of these cliffs. So you guys figure that this is a perfect area for the ritual.
Maybe there's some residual magic left over from Monsteria. Give us that little bit extra zip, you know?
Indeed.
We're gonna have the best rune. Probably, maybe. Whoa.
I'm doing a whole bunch of stretches and like lunges and squats. Gotta get that magic flowing, you know.
Oh, is that a thing? Oh. Oh. These are hard.
Dunbar's watching both of you move around a lot. He's very jealous.
I don't like doing all this moving.
Strike will get slightly uncomfortable and turn around and face the banners and look down upon the mountain as you get grunt and lunge.
Feel the magic.
Gotta feel it
Just
flowing.
looking down majestically. Then behind you, the two small members
Feel
already.
the magic.
Feel the magic.
Slowly, Well, that's what you told me, right? When you do all your fancy spells, it's just like, oh, yeah, just kind of comes out.
Even if Ganzen has been to the astral plane, he didn't tell us much of what to expect. I'm with you, Brogron. I think we should be prepared. Ugh.
Dunbar has no idea what's going on around him.
God!
Just popping a squat. Seeing what's going on.
All right, Brogron, you get inspiration for pumping up the team here.
I'm already inspired.
Oh, he's already inspired. Wow,
It doesn't get more inspirational than this.
sick brags, dude. Sick brogs.
Oh shoot.
Oh God.
Acid emote incoming. Sick brogs.
I will say, when I saw the announcements thing that said emotes, please, my first thought was, oh shoot, he wants me to make emotes. And I was like, oh wait, we don't have space for emotes. And I was like, wait a second, no, he just means emote if you can make it. I'm a fool.
That's funny.
But I had a very real moment where I was looking at it and I was like, who dies? Who's going home? There's one emoji slot available currently.
No.
Anyways, that's for another time.
What are we doing again?
We gotta draw big rune, right? I mean, I heard the word rune, and I mostly figured that we let Brog do it. Because
Brog
like
dog.
you want to know about runes, you go Brog. I mean, if we want someone to draw the rune, I can have my guy do it, but because he can draw stuff really well.
I will supervise.
That's not true. He's pretty bad, but he can draw stuff really big. And I don't know. I almost want to give him something to do because I figure if I try to bring him into the astral plane, people might get a little unhappy with me.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
people
Brog?
with a capital P.
What's the view like from up here, Matt? It's like pretty insane.
There's you guys can see over like Seven Oaks, the little town, and a lot of what you see is just evergreen forest. It's
Okay.
pretty much the the Hunt Wilds to the north, and then you guys can see the little town which is nestled amongst hills and tons of evergreen trees.
Testria really is beautiful, isn't it?
But think of how beautiful the astral plane will be.
Dunbar's just kind of lost in thought. Sucking on his pipe.
I gotta say, I have no idea what to expect from the astral plane. Like, is it even gonna look anything like this? Are we even gonna know how to like walk around there?
Well, we
I
got
really should
feet.
have read more of those books.
Sir Bear, did you say we may not have feet?
Well, we're talking about walking. I think we'll have feet.
Good.
Listen, over the years I've heard many stories of the astral plane and what people think is up there. Some good, some not so good. I just hope the good are right.
All of the stories involve people having feet, though, right?
Right.
Actually, you hear a lot of stories. They don't necessarily say there was the hero. His flowing hair is so majestic. His feet so real.
Yeah, it's true. It's not a detail that people usually remark on. I think it's kind of expected.
Some writers do, but it's not very common.
I feel confident that as long as we have our feet beneath us, they can take us anywhere we need up there.
Here,
Anyway, I think the focus is far too much on feet here. Let's check on Brogrod and see how the rune's coming.
hold up an invisible glass.
What's Brogrod up to?
So we got instructions from him on like what to make.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I've got it.
Whoobam!
Wabam.
Well, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right in the middle.
Definitely a Brogrod.
I want this white patch. Oh, there's 2 white patches.
Get off the roof.
I want to be on this alien-looking thing.
That's disrespectful.
Brogrod, what next?
How dare you? That's my culture.
Wait, what if it is respectful?
Okay,
He's got
fair
you
enough,
there,
fair enough.
baby.
You got me there.
He might have you.
Wow, my life has changed forever.
You assumed it was disrespectful. Isn't that being disrespectful?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna Strike will lean down next to Brogrod. I wasn't exactly paying attention when they told us what we were doing here. Do I stand on the circle, in the circle, or around the circle? Or do I sit?
We all get in here. I need everyone inside the circle. Come on. Don't be shy.
Okay.
Hey, you heard him. Come on, everyone. In the circle.
Draw this thing for nothing.
I will point at Greg and say, "Not you. You stay over there." And he's gonna just stand there. Impassively. I'm sure I can get him if I need him. But actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna like clap my hands, and he's gonna just down into his little fire pit. I'll be like, all right, I've got him, but I'm gonna really try to not let him out in the astral plane. I'm gonna do my best.
Even if you do, we can vouch for him. They won't mind.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
All right. Now
What's this chant?
I'll take a look at the instructions. See what next step is.
All right, so after you guys have the rune inscribed, your instructions are to you guys have this this kind of like metal circular device that has this blue gem faceted in the middle, and it's like a communications device. You and the other two parties each have one. The other two groups each like have one, and the next instructions are for you to radio into Ganson and tell them that you guys are ready to go.
All right.
Papa Bear and Ganson, we're ready to go. Over.
Papa Bear to Grandfather Eagle.
All right, wonderful. We're just finishing up here, but we're almost done. I can't believe it. Get ready, everyone. This is going to be a marvelous day.
I'm gonna assume position.
Assume the position.
Describe the position.
It's a wide stance, or like as wide as I can get, and then like a squat.
Yeah.
It's a power squat. Arms tucked in, like I'm going Super Saiyan, but no yelling.
I cannot get my legs quite as wide, especially with this robe. This mage robe. So instead, I'm going to try to compensate for it by like waving my arms generally above my head in like a kind of mystical fashion.
I'm lying down. On my back.
Turtle stance.
All right, just finishing one thing here. And after a little bit of time, Ganson will radio back to you guys. All right, we all ready. The runes are in place. No matter what happens, thank you all so much for everything you've done. Today will be a glorious day that they will sing of for years to come. And remember, focus your energies on what you are trying to accomplish in our journey. And who knows, perhaps I will see you all back here, and who knows how long, or perhaps we will meet very shortly up in the kingdom of the angels. Let's do this, everyone. Together. And your next instructions are to begin to focus your all of the magical powers that are in your body, and all of the will that you have to go up into the astral plane, channel that all to your palms and thrust your palms upon the earth, where this rune is transcribed.
Upon the earth. Okay.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, you all shove your hands down onto the earth, and begin to channel everything you have, every fiber of your being into this rune, whether that may be magic or whether that may just be the sheer determination and willfulness that you have to make this journey a reality.
Is
And
anybody like glowing or anything?
well, and as you do this, the rune will slowly start to glow, and it will glow where your hands are, and under each one of you, this golden light will begin to shine, and it will pour out almost like liquid, almost like honey, sweet, sweet golden honey, as it begins to fill the etchings of the rune. And boop, and bwam bwam.
Whoa.
What?
I think that's about where I was. And it will start glowing and glowing and glowing. And your palms, all of your palms begin to feel very, very warm as this is happening. And eventually every single etching of the rune will be filled, and your hands will be scalding, burning, but you do not lift them from the stone. Your determination is unwavering. And then the ground beneath you begins to shake. You can hear rumblings of the rocks overhead. And the stone above you and beneath you begins to shake and begins to split. And you hear again through the communication device, Ganzen, "Hold everyone, just hold, it's working! It's working!" And now, not only is it stone and earth that is crumbling around you, but the very fabric of reality as well. You see the sky above you splintering and snapping into shards, and what look like these giant sky blue pieces of glass begin to plummet downward, revealing golden clouds overhead. And eventually, all that remains is the small piece of ground around you that your party was initially standing on, and you are surrounded by blackness with these brilliant golden skies overhead. And eventually, a staircase appears.
What does the staircase feel like it's made out of?
Why don't you tell me, Strike? What does the staircase feel like it's made out of?
I haven't loaded into the map yet. Is it more of that like purpley black looking stuff?
No, it is. It looks like a red carpeted staircase. It feels sturdy, but it does have a little bit of give to it. Like you don't feel like the staircase itself isn't moving, but each step that you take as you walk up it, you kind of sink into it a little bit before rising. Again, almost like a slight the memory foam type of deal going on here. But once you get into the map, you'll see that it is just kind of like a normal red carpeted staircase, and you guys can see at the top of the steps pours this blinding white light from these angelic gates.
As we are ascending the stairs, Murdoch, we sort of lagging towards the back of the formation, at one point will turn around to a step that neither he nor anyone else is still on. It's behind them, and sort of like attempt to poke at it with the butt of his halberd to try to see like how solid this thing really is. Is it possible to poke through the staircase?
It is not. It does not seem like it's possible to poke through the staircase whatsoever.
Okay.
Murdoch, be nice. We are entering into the astral plane. Please do not destroy the staircase.
Hey, I mean, I didn't burst into holy flames the moment I set foot in this place, so far I'm actually doing a lot better than I expected. I'm pretty excited.
Onward! And Strike will start taking the Strike will start taking the stairs like 2 at a time, rushing up.
Normal. Yeah. It's more little steps. Just kind of like a normal staircase would be. Very similar to what you're used to in the material world, the material plane. So normal for a human. So maybe a little taxing for a dwarf. Yeah.
I'm a material girl living in the material plane. Don't know how I haven't thought of that before, but oh yeah, Shigure for his part is it seems unfazed by our arrival and is just confidently walking forward.
Yeah.
And the
Probably
closer you walk, the more blinding the light is, and you have to put your hand up over your eyes to stop yourself from being completely blind to this light that is shining through the gates.
You'll notice that Dunbar is actually like crying. Like he's not like sobbing, but he's crying. He's like shedding tears.
All right, big fella.
He doesn't seem to be very responsive.
I'll take one of his big paws, by which I mean like I will hold on to like one of his fingers and like kind of lead him along with me.
He'll grab on, but he's still crying.
Do we recognize these statues that are on the side of the staircase? Do they have
You
any
do.
labels on them or anything?
Yeah, so as you guys are going up the staircase, you can see statues, and some of them are of. Every single statue is named, and and all of them have names of angels on them, depicting unique angels as well. You recognize some of them as you go towards the top. They become the angels that you're familiar with. The ones that people worship: Zulfur, Turok, Galamark, Hazmed, etc. There's one for Arteus, Sugar Ray, and but further down there are just other statues of angels whose names you don't recognize, and you can see that these flags up top as well. There's one for each of the primary angels in the pantheon.
Looks like we've really made it. I'm just gonna completely shut my eyes and because the light is so bright, and start walking forwards with my hands sort of like outstretched in front of me.
And the closer you get to the to the gates, you can feel this warmness beginning to come over your body, and it's not hot, it's not uncomfortable. It's actually very serene. It's very comforting, very, very peaceful. And any of you who would like to make your way through the gates, you may. There are no other beings here but your party. No signs of any of the other agents of Ascent, or otherwise.
I'm not stopping.
You still calling with me, Dunbar?
Yeah, Dunbar's not in distress, but he's still like tears are just flowing from his eyeballs. Like he's not like fighting back to cross.
Yeah. To be clear, as we approach the gate, I'm kind of squeezing the finger that I'm holding, so it's somewhat clear that this hand holding is as much for my benefit as it is for yours. The biggest teddy bear.
That's what they call friends with benefits.
Nope.
Hand-holding benefits.
Old hands. Wow.
All right. So your group will stand just on the cusp of the brilliant white light, and you will walk through it.
Oh man, oh.
No. Stop.
And you will enter
The astral plane.
this golden tiled surface with no walls, and all around you the only thing that you can see, it looks like space, it looks like this golden galaxy that is surrounding you. You can't even see what's beneath this plane of golden tile that you're on. It seems as if there's almost nothing beneath it, and you can see that there are 4 statues in this area. These are, however, not labeled and just seem to be of generic looking angels, classic winged creatures. And you have a table in the middle that has 2 candle holders on it, and nothing else. And you can hear this voice, but it's not projected outwards. It's actually like you're hearing it inside of your own head. And it tells you, think of them. Think of them, and they shall come.
Strike is going to be thinking hard, but he's also going to walk over to the edge here and drop a gold coin off the edge to see if it falls.
The gold coin, it will fall.
He's going to take like a bunch of big steps back away from the edge, and then return to he's going to close his eyes and look like he's thinking.
And I assume that the rest of the party will be doing something of a similar fashion.
Oh yeah.
In tears, yes.
I'm full on that like Winnie the Pooh, like tapping the side of my head. Think.
Winnie the Pooh, I love that. And as you guys are thinking and thinking and thinking, and all of a sudden, you just get this compulsion to open up your eyes if they were closed.
Huh.
And 7 of these shapeless creatures appear in front of you. They look like they are this black, wispy entity that has this golden dust that's constantly flowing through them and around them, almost like flames that rise up to the top of the being and then burn off. But then more of the golden dust continues to rise from their feet up to their heads. And each of them will will walk forward and attempt to join hands with one of you.
Does it seem to be someone specific? Like, are they adjusting where they're going? Or is it just like they walk forward until they run into a person and then try to join with them?
Nope, they are going to a person specifically.
Okay.
Like you can see that this soul is going to walk around Ella and get to Brogrod and then direct him back here in line. And actually, what we're gonna do is they're going to have you guys be right in front of this table here, and they'll, they look like hands. You can't really tell again, but they will grab both of your hands or paws with both of their hands, and they'll be just sitting there, hand in hand, these golden yellow eyes staring at your eyes, and It is but a moment, but it feels like much, much longer. It feels like minutes of stoic silence from these beings before, once again, the ground begins to shake. And the beings each let go softly of each of you as the tiles slowly begin to fall, one by one. And the tiles, even beneath the astral souls, fall, but they stay hovering there over nothingness. And eventually, all of the tiles will fall, and each one of you will begin to plummet downwards, falling through this golden galaxy. Until you find yourselves back atop the mountain. But night has fallen, and it is completely dark except for the rune, which beneath you is continuing to glow.
And so, like that time when we were making eye contact with the glowy people, like that's it. We were just like staring at them. We didn't get anything from it.
Nope, they did not speak. If you attempted to speak to them, there was no response back. They had no vocalizations.
What? By the angels, what just happened?
Kind of like pat myself up and down, then like reach over and like pat on Dunbar, pat on Shigura, and be like, "Well, we're all alive. I think, unless this is a different part of the astral plane." Were those the people we were trying to meet? That's not what my person looked like.
I don't feel any worse for wear. We should try and check with one of the other groups. Who had our device?
Brog, did you have it?
Dunbar is still very noticeably upset, and he just keeps saying to himself, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Let's ring up Ganson. He might know. Was that what was supposed to happen? Is there some way we can go back?
Is that you, Brogrod? Yes, well, I am too. As is the rest of my party. We're still waiting to hear from the others. It's a little confusing, to be honest. Can you come back to the inn? We're all back in town.
This bad boy's still glowing. We could go again.
Your rune is still glowing. Interesting. Well,
we made it there. You know, just send us back again. I don't know what happened, but we got there.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all confusing. There are some of us who got there as well. Some of us who did not. I'm not sure what the problem was. I really don't know. I hope that you were able to accomplish whatever you set out to. You were in there longer than we were.
Longer? We had like a minute.
Night has fallen. It's been 13 hours since we started making our way up the mountain.
Night ain't the only thing that was fallen. Wait, how long were we fallen?
Didn't
Gans
feel
and that.
like an entire day.
Oh, that can't be right. We were there only moments.
Yeah, we went up some stairs, we met some folks, and then we fell. And now we're
But
here.
maybe we should do as he says and head back to the inn.
Is there some way to turn this thing off? I feel kind of weird leaving it up here all gassed up like this. Well,
Yeah, as you guys are talking, the glow will slowly begin to fade from the rune.
No, no, it was. Bring it back. I'm gonna assume position again and like start like, slapping my hands on the ground, trying to get the light back up.
Despite your efforts, Brogrod, the rune will not again ignite.
I'll kind of tap his shoulder and say, "Listen, something's weird here. Maybe one of the artifacts we got was a fake or something. I don't know. Like, we should probably get back to them."
Yeah, but we did it, Brogrod, and if we did it once, we can do it again. We have time.
I suppose you're right. That guy, if he's been up multiple times, I think we can as well. Ugh, we had it.
Maybe the third group's had more luck. You know, maybe it's only one group can do it at a time. I mean, he only ever went by himself before. Maybe we just tried to send too many people in, and they kicked us out.
Is Dunbar still kind of lost in it?
Yes.
You too, big guy. We saw it. We all saw it. We were there. We can, I know it's been tough, but these kinds of things take real dedication. And if this is what we could do in a few months, we'll do it again. We'll get there again.
So before being acknowledged by Shigure, Dunbar's been sitting here saying, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry," over and over again. And then once he hears Shigure's voice, he seems to kind of snap out of whatever sort of mental track he was in. And you'll notice like a small hint of anger come over Dunbar. And he's like, "That was it? That's all we get?" And then he takes a puff of his pipe, and that his eyes begin to close again, and his demeanor begins to soften, and he goes back to claiming his composure. "Yes, maybe we'll be able to get up there again." He stands up.
All right, you guys are gonna make your way back to town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. It seems like we're making our way back to town. Kind of, most likely, like a little slower than we made our way here, to be sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. You will get back to the inn, where Ganson and the first party are waiting for you. You're back! What happened? You said you were there, but... did you get to see the astral plane? Did you see the angels?
Saw creatures. You tell them.
Well, we definitely saw, well, something. There was a big staircase, a building, glowing tiles we're standing on, and these beings. They were, well, they were difficult to identify, but humanoid looking sort of energy. I admit I hoped that they were the souls of those we wished to see, but we didn't have time to really interact with them. We were there, we saw them, and then suddenly it was all falling apart. Literally, the whole the great structure we were in collapsing. I don't understand what happened.
It doesn't make any sense. I did exactly what Lyrica told me to do. She wanted my assistance, saying that there was this great disruption. She told me exactly what to do, and we did it all. It all was perfect. I mean, you got there, which shows us that part of it was right, but part of it was not. I mean, I got there too. I went up the stairs as I did before, but as soon as I walked through the gates, I found myself back atop the mountain. Although, it sounds like our group got separated, and Ku and Kor were actually able to enter the plane. Yes, I'm not exactly sure how. I mean, it sounds like your group was together the whole time, but we were not. Ganzen got separated from us, as did Valerie and Shira. Again, I'm not exactly sure how. Valerie and Shira, I'll speak for you. Just in the essence of time, they apparently didn't get to see anything besides kind of similar to what you were saying. Some kind of strange, shapeless entity up in the astral plane after going through the heavens, but didn't get a whole lot of time there. Whereas the rest of us got a little bit more time, and we actually saw the angels. And unfortunately, what we saw was, I think, what Lyrica was warning Ganzen about. We saw a battle between the angels. Well, between some of them. Lyrica, Galamark, Sharla, and Turok were fighting, weapons drawn, in pitched combat, with Hazmed, Ejin, Wahab, and Decimar. We didn't get to see a lot of what was happening, but it was such a spectacle. See the angels like that, I mean, it was at the same time amazing and terrifying. The fact that there's a battle up in the astral plane between the angels is not good for anyone, whether you're up in there or down here in the material plane. It cannot bode well for anyone. I'm not sure what could move the angels to incite a civil war like this. It has to have been started by Hazmed.
As I understand it, fighting among the angels is almost unheard of in this time. It's been at least centuries since something like that happened, right?
Yes, you're absolutely correct, Shigure. It's unprecedented. The angels, they have no reason to fight. They all exist in the same plane, and they just take whatever devotion us mortals give them, and that gives them strength and allows them to live on. They have no reason to fight, to quarrel. There's absolutely no need for it. They don't have anything that the others don't. The only reason is to completely eradicate the other angels, which, as you pointed out, I mean, it's not been an issue for quite some time.
What exactly did you see up there?
Well, as we said, it was quick. We were atop this overlook. These giant mountains above us were just clouds of gold, and this it looked like the night sky, but lit up, brilliant again, just gold everywhere, shining stars. And we overlooked this completely flat, barren battlefield where we saw the 8 angels fighting each other. The size and scale of magic they were using, I have never witnessed. But it has to be what Lyrica was trying to get to Ganzen about.
And what about our last group? Have you not heard from them either?
No, we haven't received any communication. Let me try again. Hello? Hello, Zutari. Are you there? Anyone? And it's just silence. I'm not sure. We've been back for only a few hours, so perhaps they'll be a few hours behind you. I'm not sure. Maybe we should go to the mountains where their rune is and see. I think it might be best to rest for the night before we do that. Although this is Rentham and Sungar, there are still creatures that roam the mountains after the sun sets, and I think we're all a little bit tired from today's journey, right, Ganzen? She'll move closer and put her hand on his shoulder. I fear for the other group. I mean, suppose that if we made it to the astral plane, surely they did as well, so it could only be a good thing. They're still there, yes? Surely. Surely, I'm sure that, maybe they got there first and just had first dibs or something. As you said, there can't be anything bad happening in the astral plane, and as soon as they're back, we'll hear from them. I mean, as long as they stay away from that battlefield.
Indeed, perhaps they succeeded where we failed, but I too am concerned about our friends. Things did not seem the most peaceful up there for either you or for us. Is there really nothing we can do for them?
Perhaps we should go and just check out the mountaintop. I still have energy left.
I feel like we owe them at least that much.
I don't think I'm sleeping anytime soon.
All right. It's settled then. Some of us should probably stay behind in case their transmission device got broken and they return to the inn. I'll go with this team. Yeah, I mean, can couch here and I guess. Why not? I'm kind of bored. We'll stay here, and wait for their return if they do end up coming back here. You have that party's communication device, we will keep ours. And please be safe, Gansen. This isn't your fault. Come on! We're wasting time.
We most certainly will not wait behind. We shall go.
Mm-hmm.
Strike will brandish his rapier in an onwards motion, but then realize that there's absolutely no reason for him to have a sword out, so he'll resheath it and walk out the door.
All right. You guys will set back out again, ready for your second hike of the day, back into the mountains, searching for the area where the other group is supposedly supposedly had their ritual, and you will come to an area that looks very similar to what you guys found. Again, on one of the peaks in the Evergreen Cliffs lie these stone tablets, and you do see a rune that has been drawn into the earth. This is it. This must be them. But where are they? It's not glowing.
Ours was glowing when we came back, presumably while we were there. Is it possible theirs never worked at all?
Yeah, can I try to like feel out the area around this rune and see if it like has ever been turned on?
Yeah,
Or
you
like
could do,
work with Brogrod to figure that out?
yeah, if you guys want to work together on that, just to kind of like sense what magical energies are around here. If you guys are doing it together, then one of you can gain advantage and just roll a skill check for like knowledge arcana.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty good with magic. You're pretty dang good with runes. I don't know which one this falls under, but we can figure out if something's happened here. Sort of like run my hands along the edge of the rune, being very careful not to like mess it up in case they need it to come back.
So, all right. So what you two can gather is there is a lot of residual magical energy around this rune and in this area. Very, very strong presence of arcane magics. And with what you know, Frift, your best guess is that yes, this rune was active at least for a time. You're unclear about how long it's been active for, and it seems like it's been at least a few hours at minimum that it hasn't been active. But yeah, you think that this thing was activated at some point today.
I'll relay it up to the group. Just, well, it was on, but it's not working now.
Where are they?
It's been a while since it shut off, so if it came back, and I expect we'd hear from them. Or I mean, let's be honest. Even if the return trip killed them off, I'd expect we'd at least find something here, but nothing. This whole area, I mean, this just looks like a cliff top. Looking around, I don't see any like discarded armor pieces or anything, do I?
No, you don't.
Maybe it's time to try a bit more mundane investigation. Could we try to see like, I mean, this is a somewhat secluded area. If they like, we may be able to see like, if there's a set of tracks coming up to the top of this cliff. Like, is there another set leaving, or just like a set that goes up to the top of the cliff and disappears?
Yeah, you may you may roll a skill check for trying to see if there's any kind of tracks or footprints, etc. So Murdoch's going to look around the area, Aragorn style, and you do notice a set of tracks leading up to the mountaintop. It's kind of hard to find just because a lot of it's just rock. There's not a whole lot of like dirt and grass. But thankfully, you remember that Varshmi is a rather large canine and has a very distinctive footprint, which you do see coming up to the cliff, and you do see another pair of tracks from Varshmi that are going down the mountain as well.
Oh, important world building. Does this mean that Canine like don't wear shoes. They just walk with their feet directly on the ground.
Some of them do, but he did not. He wore like shin guards, but no boots.
Okay, cool. Okay. Huh. Well, this would seem to indicate that they, or at least some of them, successfully returned from the astral plane and left this location. Which then leaves the question, why didn't they contact us?
Maybe their
Did
thing
their-
got busted?
He'll press the communication, or he'll walk over to Brogrod and like ask to use the communication device.
Yeah.
He'll press it. Crew, have they returned? We're at the top, but no signs of them. It looks like they activated the rune, but then left. Please tell me they're back at the inn. No, Ganzen. There's no one here. No one's shown up. That's very odd. Although, now that I'm thinking of it, and I apologize, Ganzen. I know that we are about being inclusive and accepting of everyone here, and I don't mean to throw out any accusations, but while I'm thinking about what we witnessed up there, Kui Shen, she was a disciple of Hazmed. I'm not sure if that means anything about their intentions in the astral plane or what they're up to now. You guys will remember that mage who was all cloaked in purple with the thing covering her face?
Oh, yeah.
I want to. Where am I actually? I want to look for blood. I guess I should come up here. Yeah, look along the stairs and the rune for any signs of blood. Because we saw the tiger treads walking away from here, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. You guys do not see any blood. You do not see any signs of a struggle whatsoever. There's no, signs of burn marks from magic or slash marks from any weapons.
Well, if there are at least some tracks, we can follow those. It's all we have to go on at this point.
Indeed, let's follow them! And I'll start jogging down, and then stop and look back at Murdoch. Where do the tracks go?
Seems like down the mountain. I will have to go back down the mountain to see from there.
Down the mountain!
Where the heck would they have gone that wouldn't be the inn? Where are they going to stay?
Well, if the theory, I mean, so this whole thing about the angels fighting, and at least one of them, that group being a disciple of one of the angels involved. If they truly, she has received orders from her patron to do something, then perhaps they're off to do that, whatever it is. I cannot guess what an angel would order their followers to do down here on the material plane, but it might not be good.
Those who follow I forget, what's the name of the main group of angels?
Yeah, they're kind of just the angels. I don't even know if I've had a name for them as a collective.
But when we came in, there were statues of, or I think at the top of the staircase, there were statues of a specific subset of them, essentially the most popular ones.
Yeah, the ones that people worship. There are other angels that kind of do stuff up in the angel world, but
I have, even in my relatively limited travels, I have found those who abide by the most popular angels sometimes think less of those who don't. And I I may only be speaking for myself as a follower of Ardius, but I wouldn't cast my suspicions on someone just because they follow Hasmed or one of the other angels. I need to see more before I'm willing to believe anything like that.
All right, and you guys are going to make your way following the tracks, which are, again, kind of hard to decipher just because they're going over rock and stone and down these cliffs. And eventually you get to a spot where the tracks stop. And you look around the area, it's this flat plain that's like, kind of like an overlook area, an overlook clearing. And it faces west towards Sungar. And on this clearing, not only do these tracks stop, big tiger paw prints, but you see scratch marks on the surface of the rocks. Looks like perhaps they're from some sort of giant talon. You can see 4 of them, a set, 4 and then 4 on the earth, and the other tracks stop.
What? They get scooped up by a giant bird or something? Are those around here? I'm gonna kind of scoot over and like try to get under Dunbar's cloak a bit.
He doesn't fight it.
Just holding it above my head.
Well, does it look like there's like blood around these talon marks? Just talon marks.
There's talon marks. Again, no signs of blood or a struggle at all.
Well, I feel like if this bird had attacked them, that much would probably be clear from this area. So, perhaps.
Do I know any stories of like things related to the astral plane or the ascension in relation to like talons, things that would have talons?
No. Well, I mean, yes, you do know, but you do not think that there would be some kind of like angelic beast with talons that could have done this.
Okay.
You think that whatever this creature was, it is from the material plane.
Okay.
And Dunbar, you have you've spent some good time around Rentham, and you don't know of any creatures that can really make this kind of marking, at least not anywhere around this area. But you do know of your mind immediately goes to some of the powers of the Feywilds, and with that comes shapeshifting, and your mind immediately goes to one of the other agents, Mev, who had these kind of like big old feathers on her cape that stood out to you, and you always and you did sense some kind of Feywild magic from her, and so you think that perhaps maybe she is this bird, but you're not sure.
While Dunbar is relaying this information to us, Strike is going to take out a monocle to look more closely at the talon marks. He doesn't have any useful information to share with the team, though.
Well, this all is just doesn't make sense. What? Oh, I'm feeling lightheaded. I think we need to go back to the inn.
I, for one, have no more ideas.
If they got taken away by a bird of some sort, I don't think we're going to have much luck tracking them. I've never been much good at tracking. I'll kind of try to steady Ganzen a bit to the extent that I can. But like, I'm too short. Gorax is definitely too tall, so I
Doing your best.
I don't really have a good. I can't just like throw my arm around his shoulder and support him.
No, he will. He'll lean on you like a pretty good amount, and then quickly realize that you are not sturdy enough for that, and then take his weight back to himself, and he'll have a little smirk on his face from the idea of having to lean on this tiny little creature for support.
Well, I guess it maybe was a bit much to hope that they had come back here, taken a scenic route.
Yes, we haven't seen anything. I hope that they will turn up soon and that they're not involved in all of this.
I'm sure everything will make more sense in the morning.
Yes. Alright, well, you guys all are going to go back to your beds after having a short day, to be honest. I mean, you guys spent 13 hours of your day today, which lasted about 5 minutes. So it's very, very kind of disorienting to feel extremely tired after only being awake for like 5 hours and having the entire day be gone. And you all just had this experience that you've been waiting for so long. You actually, as far as you got to the astral plane. You walked up those stairs to the gates to heaven. You passed through them and entered the astral realm. And for some of you, maybe this is a glorious night and you're going to be dreaming about how you did what seemed like the impossible. And some of you are going to lay in bed awake at night with the frustrations about getting so close but not getting to actualize your goal today, and just tossing and turning throughout the night. But either way, whether or not you are sleeping soundly after victoriously reaching the heavens or lying awake in defeat at not being able to actually talk to this other individual that you were trying to see, the sun will rise, as it always does, and as dawn is approaching, you hear this massive, earth-shaking noise, and the entire inn shakes, and pictures fall off the wall, glass breaks. If you were asleep, you are certainly awake now, getting tossed out of your bed. This shockwave of movement and noise comes over the inn, and everybody is hustling and bustling. What in the world was that?
There is definitely a small ruckus because I leave my room by just having Gorax smash through the door with me like clinging to his arm. So like charges out, and then when I see that we're not immediately under attack, I will just walk in here. But he is definitely still out and standing directly behind me.
Yeah, Valor's got both of her golden pistols out, pointing them, like going around corners, pointing her guns. What the hell is going on?
Wait, was it an abrupt noise or is it still happening?
It was super abrupt and it like shook the inn for a period of time, but then it stopped.
Okay. Well, Murdoch is going to declare, That's it. We have to see what's going on. And he will begin striding towards the door.
The rest of the agents of Ascent will follow Murdoch's lead.
Yeah.
And you guys-
Strike will walk next to Murdoch in a attempt to be the first person through the door.
I think you get to go first. All right, and just give me 1 second here, friends.
Friends, Romans.
And you guys will go outside and see that basically the whole town is also outside. Everyone alarmed at whatever this noise is. It seems like it woke up every single person in Seven Oaks, and everyone has gathered out in the town with their attention towards the west, up to the evergreen cliffs. And as you look to the top of the mountains, you see the cause of this ruckus. And this shimmering silver blade sticks up from one of the mountain peaks. Absolutely gigantic sword, shimmering in the light.
I will do a low whistle at that. I'm not going to actually do it because sometimes that like hard peaks mics.
Do not think that was there when we went to sleep last night.
Nope.
Definitely not.
I think that sword is actually as big as that mountain.
I say we go check it out.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
I mean-
And you hear Ku whisper something, and see her whisper something to Ganzen. We must go and look. Yes.
Does anyone here recognize that? Like, is that so and so the Brave's sword or something? I don't know that much about holy stuff. And I will kind of look around, notice that there are approximately 1 billion people standing here right near us, and I will hastily unsummon Gorax.
A billion. Yeah, luckily it seems like all their attention is drawn to the sword, where
Oh,
no
yeah.
one really even noticed.
Just as they're all looking somewhere else, we're just like, whoa.
Ganzen will say, "Tell them, Ku. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, I do recognize that sword. It's the one that Galamark was using to fight when we saw him in the astral plane.
Oh.
It's about as massive as when we saw it there."
Hmm.
And you guys will rush towards the mountains again. And you can see that there are very many people who are flocking towards the mountain as well. And as you're running, you see a man dressed out in what looks like some kind of religious garb. And he is just like orating and preaching out to basically whoever's listening, just kind of shouting at people as they're either walking past him or running past him towards the sword. It is a call from the heavens. You must give your prayers to the angels now. There is a great reckoning upon us. A great reckoning. A battle in the skies. This sword is evidence of such, and the angels need you now more than ever. Send your prayers to the angels that speak righteousness, good, Send your prayers to Lyrica, to Galamark, to Zulfur, to Turok. They need your strength now. You do not want to be on the wrong side of history after this war.
I want to slide to the outside of the group here. Whatever edge of our blob is furthest away from him as we're heading by.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys come up here, you see that there's this like kind of staircase of stone that's leading up to the sword, and you can see these gigantic beings as you approach. And as you're walking by, you see a group of villagers who are walking the opposite direction down, and they say, I can't believe it. Angels. My god, good luck, guys. They're not letting anybody through, and they are kind of pissed off. Are bad for that. I just turn around now, and as you look up the mountain, you can see 3 giant angels standing in front of a metal gate that leads further up.
Wait, did you say 3 giant angels?
I did.
Uh,
What is this? Ganzen is like muttering to himself the entire time you guys are approaching. He seems just absolutely beside himself. Can't gather any sort of reasonable words or phrases.
I'm gonna try to whisper, like as quietly as possible, so that Ganzen doesn't hear, to whoever is like nearest me in the group. Like, did we do this? Did we? I thought we did that rune right, but I can't shake the feeling that I don't know. Whatever.
Wait, how did this villager get in here?
Wait,
no,
what?
he's tagging along. He's following.
Villager 7, never forget.
Villager 7 just assimilated into your group.
No, Villager 7!
Where are my Villager 7 force powers?
That's funny.
Ask for directions for 2 Force.
So you guys will approach these angels, which are all these 2 are like hovering in the air. This one doesn't even have legs. He's just a wispy cloak that's covering the ground. This angel is just hovering with 4 swords in a circle around her, which are slowly spinning around her. And this one is standing there, wings up, arms crossed. And as your group approaches, this angel will speak. Ha! More mortals! What are you doing here? My name is Anthem, an angel from the astral plane. Do not be alarmed at our marvelous presence. We are not here to hurt you, merely to stop you from moving any further.
A little alarmed.
What's going
Speak,
on?
mortals, what is your business here? Again, I know it is an amazing thing to be looking at angels, especially ones of our caliber, but please take your time, find the words, and speak them now.
Greetings, angels! It is I, Sir J. Augustine Strike the Younger, and I am absolutely honored to be in your presence. What brings you to our neck of the woods?
Well, unfortunately, we've had to come down to your world. It's dark, green, not golden. Far worse than the astral plane. But yes, anyway, we had to come down here to stop mortals like you from interfering with that up there. And he will point to the sword. That is ours. It belongs to us. It belongs to our world. Not to you. There are plenty of mortals who probably want to get their grimy little mitts, paws, fingers, is it? On it, which we cannot allow. So, you must turn around and never return.
Turning around now, just before I never return. Where'd the big sword come from? Who dropped it?
Immortal, and then this angel will speak. Anthem, we've been over this. Can't tell the mortals anything. You've already said far too much. Mortals, turn around now, or face judgment. Sorry, mortals, the only ones who are allowed beyond this point are those of the astral plane.
So Strike has he turned around when Anthem told him to turn around, and but just as Anthem says that the only people who can go beyond are those of the what plane? The astral plane. He will turn back around and face them again, and then he will look over at let's see, at Shigure and wiggle his eyebrows at Shigure. Only those from the astral plane, eh? If only some mortals were to have gone to the astral plane. Do you think we count as being from the astral plane now?
That is interesting phrasing. I think you should tell them that.
Great angels. I totally agree with the exact logic that you've presented here in the very specific wording of the contract locking us out of these gates. In fact, I do think it's very relevant for me to bring up the fact that we are beings of the astral plane. If you check the astral plane admissions papers, which I am sure exist, because somebody would want to keep track of everybody who's moving in and out of that plane, I am sure, you will notice that we just visited the plane yesterday. So, thus, as beings of the astral plane, following your rules, perhaps we'll just sneak on by and check out that big sword.
I grow bored of you mortals. You are not the first, nor will you be the last to claim to be of the angels, but we know who is mortal and who is eternal. Oh, come on now, Judgment. Let's just hear them out. They look a little bit strange, don't they? Of course. Of course, here. Please, mortals, let us see how angelic you are. And he will come over to you, arms in the air, and he's going to put his finger out, and his pointer finger, and this little ball of light is going to shine from it, and little rays of light are going to go over all of you, almost like a scanner.
I am standing, like, arms by my side, just, like, flexed, like, eyes shut.
Strike will shoot out a beaming smile, like somebody's taking his picture.
Same.
Or portrait.
I can, I can feel the astral energy still around me. I feel like this is a done deal.
Oh,
What was that? Oh,
By
Never
God,
mind.
Judgment. They have astral energy. It's not possible. Not possible. Let me see. He's right, Judgment. There's something off with these mortals. Something very, very off. There are bits of our world in them. Ha! So it is true! They are part angel, maybe? Astral, at least, we've confirmed. So we must let them enter to see the sword. Yes. And he'll turn to Judgment. No. We only let those who are angels here. Although these beings may not exactly be mortals, they are not angels either. Well,
Is it
sorry.
angels or beings of the astral plane? You keep changing the standard.
I will say I've never been a big one for rules in general, but it does seem like you made a rule and then you changed the rule when you found out that we didn't fit into it, and that seems, in fact, a bit discriminatory towards me. For saying that I've never really applied to myself before. But yeah, I don't like being locked out.
You will find that I do indeed make the rules. And I have made my decision. And if you do not wish to receive my judgment, you shall turn around.
Hey, when she said "receive my judgment," it seemed like she was starting to say a different word that began with an F, and I'm guessing that that F word was fight. And I don't really know if we want to fight any angels.
I can't say I've fought one before.
Okay, Chigori, maybe you were the right person to direct that question to.
But I can say that I have thought about it. Are you telling me you didn't hear those stories yesterday and see that sword on that hill and wonder what an angel in battle might be like?
You see, I did wonder it, but it was all very hypothetical sort of wondering.
Mortals! Listen, he's gonna puff out his wings and kind of encircle all of you like a small little huddle. Listen, Judgment over there, she's pretty strict. She's not gonna let you in. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry, but I like you guys. Something very, very wrong with you all, which is just so intriguing. I'm not exactly sure even what it is. But, hey, what are you doing over there, Anthem? But just my word of advice. Not exactly allowed to tell you anything, 'cause angel, mortal thing, whatever, you get it. But if I were to give you any words of advice, it would be that if you want to know more about exactly what happened or is happening to you, you must go to the place that is as close to the heavens as you can, so that when you reach for it, it'll be as close as possible. Anthem, stop talking to the mortals. You're not allowed to tell them anything. I didn't tell them anything, Serenity. I was merely just saying some words about getting close to the heavens. I mean, it makes sense. Not everybody knows that, right? If you want something, you get as close to it as possible.
Common sense.
Don't worry yourself, oh strictest of angels. He was merely telling us to be on our way, and we'll be on our way.
Ah, yes, I hope to see you again, strange, mortal-ish things that you are.
Right at you, strange, not mortal things. And I will give some very refined finger guns, and then turn around.
So, we're supposed to go somewhere close to the heaven. Do you think that refers to, like, a mountain? Or, like, church?
Knowing the types of riddles that the religious like to speak in, my guess is a church.
Ah, I've always been more of a literal person myself. I think we should find the tallest thing around and go to that.
But that's what we did yesterday.
Oh, that's true.
And it did work for us, but this seems to be something a little bit different.
Maybe we need something taller than the tallest thing.
Maybe we get to the tallest thing and stand on each other's shoulders.
We just need to find the second tallest thing and put it on top of the tallest thing.
I have not spent the years I spent studying scripture for you all to tell me that we need to go to a tall hill instead of going to a church.
Well, I gotta say, I'm also kind of curious about the church thing, because I haven't really gotten the chance to go in one in quite a while for various reasons, but it seems like whatever was setting off those paladins back then might be a little more hidden now by this magically astrally stuff that we got on us.
I'm going to whisper to Frift, attempting to hide from Sugar Ray. You're really not missing much. They're actually quite boring.
Yeah, but like, I'm not supposed to go in there, so like, I want to go in there, you know? Like, I want to see it.
Maybe we can switch spots, because I'm supposed to go in there, but I really don't want to go in there. They're very lengthy. Not very exciting.
Hold on. They're also usually really tall. They've got that big tower with the bell in them. I've seen that from the outside, so we could maybe go in there, and if they don't have anything we know in there, we can go up to the tower.
Okay, Sugar Ray, a proposal. We go to a church, one of the ones that has the tall parts. And if we can't get the answers we need, we take the tall part of the church, bring it back up to the top of the mountain, and put it on top of the mountain, the highest point of the mountain, and climb that.
As long as we go to the church first, I consent.
We'll need to go to the church. The tall part of the church is in the church.
Yes.
Excellent.
Plan.
Churches.
Churches. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm just looking at these pictures now. Serenity is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Like, okay, we've got Anthem, who's like, okay, pretty cool, like very, very angelic. Then you've got Judgment, and you're like, badass. Look at those flying swords. Then you've got Serenity, and you're like, oh fuck.
I died, and this is the last thing that I see.
Yep. And death is the sweetest serenity, is it not?
Well,
This is like the thing that hunts death. Like when death goes to sleep and notices that it left its closet door open, it's like, I hope Serenity's not in there.
Yeah, that Serenity art is absolutely amazing.
It's very good. All right, so what's the plan, team? Also, Ganzen and his team are just all like staring at you guys, like, what? What do you mean? You all have this energy. You must find out what it means. Perhaps you can use it to go back.
Oh, I just sort of assumed that all of us who traveled to that plane would have had some of the energy, like, rub off on us.
Ku and Cord, you guys, you don't have this?
No, I mean, do you feel anything different? I mean, the angels didn't check us, but I don't feel.
I imagine it's just kind of like a residual effect from our trip. You know, like when you walk under a waterfall and then you're wet for a bit. Or when it's muddy outside and then your shoes are muddy until somebody cleans your shoes off for you.
Maybe. But I agree with Ganzen. You all should find out exactly what that is. Because if you can use it to take a look at the sword, I mean, maybe get back to the astral plane. I mean, we still have business there. We need to get to Lyrica. We need to find out what she needs from us to help her. I mean, especially if there's this war that's going on.
The church maybe could be two birds with one stone? I mean, churches know about angels. Maybe they could sniff us or something and tell what our angelic residue is.
Yes. Although maybe when we're in there, we shouldn't talk about it like it's mud or a bad smell.
Do we physically look any different? Are we like sparkly or anything?
Nope, you guys do not physically look any different, though you do feel a new magic within you. And that is going to manifest by you guys having access to your special attacks now.
Let me just take some of this angelic energy and pump it into my demon real quick.
You know that's right. And yeah, you guys can see that the color of your stacks has changed, and it will actually no longer even be called focus. Or force, I mean. It is now going to be called something different.
Ooh.
Which is Auric.
Auric.
Oh, with an AU. Oh,
Mm.
that's
Love it.
great.
Got some nice Auric. How can I best use that? Maybe by just smashing people with my sword more. Don't need that
Hey,
complicated.
stick to what you know.
I need 30. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Can I get some water?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do the same thing.
Water break. Trying to go through everybody's spell list and change force to Auric, but I might
Yeah, I
miss
just did it.
some.
Oh, I missed one.
Right back as well.
Oops, keep opening that one. Oh, I forgot to change the name of it. It's still called Force, but whatever. People can change theirs when they get around to it.
Alright, I'm back. Did I accidentally cause a diaspora of people getting water?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm getting
It was
water
bound to
right
happen
now.
eventually.
Oh, sounds like Matthew's still on the radio broadcast. Has Jeff returned? Is Dan here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, just noticing, I think just Jeff, maybe. Is Carlson here? Alright, I think just Jeff and Carlson, but you guys can start the conversation about what is the game plan.
Well, we so we gotta find a church, right? So where are we again right now? Like, what
Seven Oaks.
city are we in?
Oh.
7 Oaks.
I should
Kevin,
definitely know that there is a church in Seven Oaks, and I know where it is. Oh, shoot. This is probably the church that I don't like going to, because it's so boring. Probably going to remember me and how I don't like going to the services.
Oh, it's this town.
Yeah, it's this town.
Yeah, it's this town.
So we go to the church. I hide in the back.
Alright.
Somebody else talks. We say, hey, we're feeling kind of angelic. What do you know about, maybe some mortals that went to the, why do I keep forgetting the name of the realm? The
Astral.
astral plane, and feel kind of astral now. And hopefully they have an answer for us. We keep things super vague.
Seems like a good place to start. That doesn't work. I think we go find a mountain.
Brodgar
Bless
is
you.
going to exclaim to the rest of the party as he was deep in thought.
What was that?
Kalamark. It's the capital of Sungar.
Yes, you're right.
What about it?
It has one, if not the tallest place in Testria. Not to mention that there's a castle there. And where there's a castle, there's a church.
Great, more churches.
2 birds with 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone.
High Point and a church.
This church is just so much closer, though.
Aye, but you said
I think it's like right there.
I can see it right now. We're actually in the church.
It is. It is true. Perhaps we should try the church here in Seven Oaks first, and if it doesn't work, we'll then try to find a taller church.
Yeah, fine. You guys can waste your time. I'm gonna pack my bags.
Okay, enjoy the bags. I'm sure we'll just, nip in there for a quick conversation, and then we're gone.
We'll go
Come to
voyage
think of it.
back to Kalamark without us. I remember the trip over here felt long enough with just the 2 of us. I hate to think of how long it'd feel if you were riding back all by your lonesome.
Yeah, well, those guys will soon realize that they've gone to the wrong church. I'm sure you guys will come with us. But that's got to be it. Closest to the heavens, they say, up in that church.
I'm ready to go whenever you are, short stuff.
So, Ganzen, what do you think of the plan?
I don't know. I don't know about any of this anymore. It's just... I'm at a loss. I can't believe that Lyrica, she's in danger and it didn't work. I don't understand it. But yes, I think that you all should go and figure out exactly what this special astral plane stuff is on you. And then we can find out from there what to do.
Okay, so, anybody who has lots of bags, other than me, I have a lot of bags, but they're already packed. Who wants to pack the bags can go pack the bags. The rest of us maybe will go quick visit to the church. I know those guys don't talk quickly. They like to really drag things out because they're boring and don't have many people who talk to them. But we'll talk to them, we'll get them to talk real fast, and we'll be back there before you even finish folding your whatever things you keep in bags into your bags.
Sounds like a plan.
Don't leave without us, though. I feel like all this the situation with us all being so extra planar, it might be good for us all to stick together.
Oh well, I'll do my best. But if I start teleporting around because of our new astral powers, it ain't me fault.
Maybe take some time and reread your book. Maybe the book. Now, you can read it.
I'll flip open a random page, and then just slam the book. Like, nope, can't read a thing.
Oh, so you guys are gonna check out the church here? Some of us pack our bags.
Who wants to come to the church? If you want to come to the church, stand next to me, who's going to the church.
Can't miss a chance to go see this church. Besides, my most important possession is real easy to pack.
Okay.
Okay. All
Anyone
right.
else coming to the church, or is everyone else packing? Good, I thought you were in church team. There we go.
Murdoch, don't touch my stuff.
Murdoch specifically called out. All right, so this is church team. Thrift, Strike, and Shigure.
Team.
All right. Rest is going to be packing, and church team is going to go to the church. Strike knows so very well. And you will find that you are not the only person who had the idea to go to the church on the day that there's a giant sword coming from the sky, and there is a line to get in.
The line to load also.
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
So you guys are more than happy to wait around in order for you guys to get your shot inside the church. If you would like to do that.
Not big on waiting.
Ugh, this is going to take forever. It might actually be quicker to do that cross-country trip.
It won't
Maybe.
take that long.
Is there any way we can cut the line? You know, we've got astral stuff in us. We're
My
fancy.
my family is local nobility, you know.
We don't have any more right to visit this church than these people do.
Hey. Why don't you just go? You're not very obtrusive. Just go up to the side of the church and look through the stained glass and see if you can see what's going on inside.
Wait, which one of us?
Probably not Shigure.
I was going to say, I'm small, but he's a human being. We're both obtrusive in our own ways. Or unobtrusive in our own ways.
You're small enough. I'm sure nobody will notice.
I'm going to go over here and get, like, a branch. And, like, kind of hold it between myself and the rest of the people.
Alright. So you're peering in the window?
Yeah.
Alright. If you scroll up, you will see what you see, which is the inside of a church with a priest at the altar and a bunch of people inside. It seems like they are going one by one, going up, asking questions or something, just talking with the priest. It seems like he's blessing them, and then they're walking off, and more people come up. Then they look like they get done, and another person comes up, and they look like they get done, and one person out, one person in, as this process is happening. And some people look like it's very, very quick, and other people are taking 5 minutes to do whatever they need to do.
That is really quite an impressive display of blessing. He's just blessing everyone left and right that comes in there. I don't know what to say. There's a lot of people in there, but they're coming out pretty quickly. Sometimes.
Is it the guy with the big hat? Is he doing the blessings?
Yeah. I think a lot of church people usually have big hats, but yeah, this is a very.
You notice how big this hat is. The head priest around here, Priest Stam. He really has a very big hat.
Big hat, like looks like it could fly off his head. You know, it's got like wings. I'm gonna like hold my hands above my head at an angle and like flap them a little bit.
Again, I'm going to whisper to not be overheard by Shigure, but I'm probably not very good at doing this whisper, so he can probably still hear me.
We're also right next to each other in line. Because I'm so short, I'm probably literally further away from you than he is.
The hat has to be so big to contain his overinflated self-opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if he was giving a personalized blessing to each one of these people. And he really takes the job too seriously, if you ask me.
That overinflated sense of ego, you hear very, very quietly, not from Frift, a disembodied, like a very low chuckle.
Strike will do a quick 360.
All right, so you guys waiting in line until it's your turn?
I give it 15 minutes and see how much further up the line we are.
You're this much further up the line in 15 minutes.
Come on, guys, this sucks.
So by this, you guys are probably going to be here for another probably half an hour before you get seen.
It's not like we'd be doing anything but packing or waiting for others to pack.
I think Brock packs pretty fast. His clothes are small.
And what about Dunbar?
He doesn't seem to do very many things quickly.
Oh, that's a good point. We've got some Dunbar time to play with here, but if we aren't in there in like a half hour, we gotta do something. I mean, you're a
hey, Shigure. Wow, look at that extremely holy artifact over on the right side of the church. Wow, look at that very high golden cross.
I've seen nicer crosses.
As he's looking up at the cross, I'm going to take a step forward and where's my thing? Where's my one thing?
It's your one ability that you have.
I'm going to flash a couple like gems to this family of villagers in front of us, and say, "Greetings. You may, in fact, recognize me as Sir J. Augustine Strike the Younger, a vaunted member of the Strike family. It's very important that me and my comrades get into this church quickly. My family and the nobles of the village would very much appreciate it if you could simply wait a quick moment for us to just slip right up in front of you there."
Are you bribing a man to get into a church?
Oh no, I would never give you these.
Then
I just want you to know how much money I have.
Right back in line. We've been waiting here as long as you have. Today's a very special day. We need to say our blessings to Galamark and ask for his assistance and give him our assistance. That's his sword up there. I'm sure.
Right. Strike is going to make a very long sigh and roll his eyes and then step back into line. Religious types.
They won't even move for not money. For money that's not theirs and isn't going to become theirs.
I thought for sure once they knew I was rich, they'd move.
If you didn't have the disposition for this, why did you even come?
Listen, nobody told us there was going to be a line.
It seems like it would be much faster to wait in line at a church than to go all the way from here to Sungar, but I didn't know there was going to be a line.
Because you'd already be in Sungar, of course.
I can run fast. That's not true. My legs are small.
Well, you guys will get to the front of the line finally and enter the church, and then
We're going to argue the whole time.
yep, and then that's not the end of the waiting, because just because you're inside doesn't mean you're next. There are all these people inside the church who have been waiting inside the church to be blessed by the priest. So you will then wait.
I'm not trying to get blessed by the priest. Once we're inside, I would just like to get close to the altar.
All right,
Is
you
that
may
possible?
do so. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
You may do so.
And then, yeah, I just want to close my eyes, center myself, reach out with my feelings. Is there anything there?
You tell me.
I'm trying to remember. So what did Anthem say to us? He said go to where we're close to heaven, and
so when you outstretch your arm, you're as close as you can possibly be, he said.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm outstretching. Maybe I will even, with my eyes closed, outstretch my physical arm and reach out with my with my feelings as well.
And are you doing this to Ardius in particular, or just to the angels as a collective?
I think just trying to recapture as best I can what I felt yesterday walking in the astral plane. So not to Ardius specifically, but just to a general sense of higher power.
You will be flooded with visions of yesterday, walking up the stairs, entering the gates, the blinding lights, the shattering of the reality around you, the strange astral soul creatures grasping your hands, and then you will see this scene of fighting, swords clashing. You can't exactly tell who it is, but you can see that one of them gets disarmed in the scuffle, and the sword is thrust downwards, and you can see it land into the mountainside. And after that, the visions abruptly stop.
All right, I'll come back to Strike and Frift and say, I had a bit of a vision that hasn't really happened before, but I don't know if we can get much more here. We still might not be as close as Anthem was saying we should be. But actually, bear with me, but I think you guys should try what I just did too. You're gonna close your eyes and focus as much as you can on what we saw yesterday, and try and bring that image back. And tell me if you feel anything or see anything.
Right. As long as I don't have to stand in this line anymore.
Yeah, once you do this, we'll be good to go.
Can we do it from here, or do we have to go up there?
I'm going to very dramatically step out of my place and just start walking up the aisle. Muttering
wait for me.
We can't cut the line. As soon as we get inside, he cuts the line. Get up to here. I'm going to kind of look at the priest. I'm going to nod at him, and then just close my eyes, just reach out both hands, just kind of wiggle my fingers, and focus very hard on our astral plane field trip.
I will do the same. How is the priest reacting in any way?
Well, as you guys are approaching it, they're actually citizens, up here. So, Shigure was over here at one of the altars.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go here too.
All right, then I'll go to an altar.
All right. So you guys will have the same vision that Shigure had that I described to him, but additionally, every single member of the party is going to have this flash, this vision, just instantly. You're going to close your eyes like this sharp pain in your forehead and see this vision of a man standing atop what looks like a watchtower, a stone watchtower, and he has this great long flowing beard and tattoos across his forearms and his face, and he's holding this big wooden staff that looks like it has some sort of bird talon at the very top of it. And he looks at you, and you two make eye contact for just 3 seconds, and then the vision stops.
You see that guy?
Did you happen to see a man with a bird staff and a talon? Maybe a talon that was the thing that left those marks by the top of the mountain? I saw a man with a bird staff, talon staff.
I saw he was on top of a. I saw him too. I saw he was on top of a watchtower. Maybe the castle's the right place to go. I mean, hey, at least now we know. Kind of. We know who we're looking for.
If all of us saw that, it means there's a decent chance that everyone back at the inn did too, and I think we've seen what we can here. So let's head back.
Righto.
Of course, we keep coming back to the map that has all the assets. I don't know if you guys load fast or not.
Oh yeah, I load real fast
Once it's loaded, it goes
Okay.
really fast.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, so you guys come back to Seven Oaks, and yeah, all of your party members had this vision, and like they saw you like squint and like be weird for a few seconds, and are you guys going to tell them about what you saw? You're going to tell Ganzen about what you saw?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, and nobody else had any kind of vision or anything that came to them like you guys did.
Wait, when you say nobody else, do you mean nobody else in their
Besides
party?
the PCs. Yep.
Okay,
besides
just
the PCs.
all the PCs did.
Yep, all the PCs did, but
Okay.
no non-PCs. Well, you must go. Find out what this is. The angels have obviously blessed you with something. You can take our horses.
Are we gonna go to Galemark?
Kalamark.
Kalemark? Kalemark? I guess
You
I am curious if Ganzen thinks that's the right thing to do.
Um,
If he has an opinion.
I'm not sure. I think that me and the rest of the group will focus our energies on gathering more relics and maybe trying to find the others. Maybe going back to those angels and talking to them if they don't threaten to cast judgment upon us or whatever. I think that we'll gather more information. You all should follow this lead. There's nothing for you here in Seven Oaks, and this is the best shot we have. The angels must be telling you something. We have to use that. We'll be in communication. Keep the device with you. Because we'll be so far away, it'll only work once every few days, but it's better than nothing.
Thank you, sir. We shall call with any updates.
All right. Best of luck, agents of Ascent. Agents who have ascended. Perhaps we should refer to ourselves as. We'll be in touch. Godspeed. Don't go getting yourselves killed without Shira and I.
Oh, don't worry. I think we're probably immortal now. I'm not going to test it right now, but I've got a really good feeling.
Yeah, indeed. We are, in fact, quite blessed. You're sure you two don't want to come along with us on our adventures? Could use your strength.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm kind of looking for a fight. No, Valerie, it's best if they go. They're the ones who have been chosen by the angels, clearly. And we need you and Shira back here. We've lost a third of our members. They've proven themselves in combat. We need you two here. Yeah, I mean, you guys would be pretty lost without us, to be honest. I mean, you just got Hammond and Kalos, basically, which, I mean... Hey, I'm not sure a veteran here. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet up again. We'll keep Ganson and the rest of the crew safe.
Good. Those horses, you have horses for us?
Yes, yes. You can take what we have. And
I might need two.
yeah, he'll present a very large black stallion for Dunbar.
Mm-hmm.
A beast of a horse.
Bear on a horse. Bear
That's a beast of a horse.
It's a bear on a horse, and we'll do one horse for Frift and Brogrod. They can share. It's a double seater.
A camel.
And you guys are going to be off to Kalamark. Called so because it is the castle in the clouds, the highest point in Testria. Oh my god. It's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll just do a quick time check. When do people have to leave? Because we do have more that we could play through, or we could use this as a stopping point. I am fine to keep going, but just kind of thought I'd check in with the group.
I'm fine.
I'm pretty flexible. I just need to leave sometime by maybe 11.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed we'd probably play for like another hour if we were going to keep playing.
Okay, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm good for that.
I'm good for another 30 to 60 minutes, yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going to keep going then. Excellent. So you guys are going to make your way towards Kalamark, which is quite a ways away. On the first day, you all are going to go through the Tibris Pass, which is that pass between the Evergreen Cliffs and the Cursed Hills that separates Rentham and Sungar. And as you guys are making your way through it, you are stopped by a group of guards. You guys are on this map, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I couldn't remember if I forced you onto it. And you see some, adventurers who are traveling the opposite way, and you guys are stopped by a bunch of guards. And they say, "Halt! By decree of Rentham, we'll have to search your persons." And
Oh.
you can see over here that they're doing the same of these travelers, and you can see one guard pull out this amulet from one of the travelers. "I found it, boss! Boss, a sigil! A sigil of Hazmed! Heathen! How dare you! That angel has taken up arms against our Galamark." And the town guard will draw his sword, and the traveler will kind of cower, hands covering his face. "No, we didn't do anything. Yes, we worship Hazmed. We don't know anything about anything. Tell us now. What did you do? Why is Hazmed doing this? I swear, we don't know anything." So can we search you? Well, we're going to have to.
I'm quite ticklish, but sure.
He'll just kind of like walk around Dunbar, just like looking at him, like almost scared to touch him. Yeah, he seems fine. He'll look at Strike, and just kind of like nod at him. Shigure, he will do like a full pat down. And is Shigure carrying any kind of like thing that has the insignia of Ardius on it?
Yeah, probably got like some kind of charm or prayer beads or something.
All right, so maybe after like a really quick like pat down, he'll find the beads and he'll see like the insignia. Oh, my mistake, sir. Sorry. And he'll get to Brogrod. Ah, lost him. And
Get on top of Brogrod.
And he'll also just kind of like really quickly look over Brogrod and move on. Ella, he'll do more of a thorough investigation as well, finding no such sigils. Murdoch, he'll just nod at, and then what we have here. What's your name?
I'm Frift. Galamark. My parents were very religious.
You worship Galemark, you say, Frift?
Yes. I love Galamark. It's a real shame about his sword. I hope he gets it back.
Is she with you? I look at Murdoch.
Yes, she is definitely traveling with me and the rest of.
All right. Fair enough. Sorry for the slowdown, people. Just, gotta make sure these are some troubling times.
Oh, big sigh. That was pretty spooky. I gotta study up more on my angels a bit. Galamark's the fire one, right?
Not quite, but if any of these idiots ever try and give us trouble about this, I'll be the first to send them on the right way.
Oh, much appreciated. It was definitely a little tricky traveling through some of these places. People tend to be real suspicious of me and people similar to me. Cannot imagine why.
Clue why. Really a terrible thing. You guys will eventually make your way to the town of Rechka. As night is falling, you can't really go much further on this day. So you will get to the dwarven mining town primarily, a dwarven mining town.
They're back. The core.
Oh,
The core.
yep.
And immediately upon entering, you can see that miners are just getting off of their shifts, going into their homes and also the local tavern to have a nice pint before calling it a day. And as you enter, you hear a voice booming over the streets. Brogrod, is that you? Oh, well, certainly still look better than you, yes I do. That beard is far too raggedy. So, you're back from your escapades with whatever that stupid cult is or whatever?
What, in Turok? You friggin' sprouted up. You've got to be at least an eighth of an inch taller. What? I can't believe it. Listen, hold on. You've got to teach me some about this angel crap. Did you do this?
Come up to strike.
Come on. At least give me a 16th. Oh, hush, Brogrod. You made it there? Oh, you can't go spurting this out. This is a freaking sword in the mountains. Did you do that? Oh, listen, people are talking, right? They say that Turok is mad, real mad, madder than he's ever been, and he's gonna smite down people who are going against the angels. I mean, there's all sorts of strange things that I've been hearing. I mean, there's talk of Hazmat and Ijin and the Ice Queen. I mean, it's all a mess. You got to be careful. Telling people about this stuff. I'm gonna look at you like you're either some kind of hero or some kind of devil. All right, well, let's get you inside. Get you an ale and let me check those boots of yours. Make sure there ain't any padding in there.
Oh, I have the forgot. I thought it was a different map, but I actually have the tavern right above. So if you guys just want to scroll up,
Nice. Okay, I'm liking these double maps.
yeah, you guys will see the tavern. People behind the bar serving drinks.
The bartender is multiplying before our very eyes.
Yep. And you guys will share a few drinks with Chloyan, who will be asking more questions about, the astral plane and what the hell you guys are on to next. Are you gonna tell him that you're going over to Kalamark? That that's the plan? Are you gonna tell him about all that stuff?
Ooh. I'll heartily shake his hand for that, if he'll let me.
He'll be a little bit skeptical.
Being friends with goblins now. All right.
Come on. I'm like an astral plane goblin now. That's gotta be better.
You do look a little bit tall for a goblin. Did you grow tall as well?
No, I don't have anyone to measure my height against. Actually, that's not true, but he's not here right now. So I can't be sure.
Well, we just finished another big excavation project. Some of me and the gang actually have some time off. I'd be happy to escort you all to Kalamark if you would like. I'm in the mood for some adventure. It's been good actually. A little bit weird with the new queen and all. Doesn't seem to really care about building it up, but we've been doing fine. It's good. It's good. Just gotta watch out for people from Rentham those nights coming into our woods.
I'm gonna look over at Murdoch and make meaningful eye contact with him, but not actually say anything.
Yeah, you sure that all these guys are, alright? Got some strange people in here. Oh, well, you ain't got nothing worth stealing, ain't that right, Brogrod?
A gentleman never stabs in the back, only the front.
I've heard that somewhere. Alright, well, I'm gonna share some ale, get some sleep, and we'll be off tomorrow morning. I'll show you the fastest road there. We do shipments all the time.
Do you know of do you know if in Sungar they're watching the roads like they are here in Rentham? We already encountered a bit of interference, and we'd prefer not to be bothered while we travel.
No, I haven't heard of anybody watching the roads, no. Giving you trouble, are they? Yeah. I said, there's weird stuff going on here, but no. I don't think that Queen Morgan has issued any kind of road security or anything like that.
I'm gonna think back. Did we see the those guards give the hazmat amulet back?
No.
Just thugs, just shaking people down. Well, let me tell you, if I knew they were just some jumped up bandits, I have a much better solution for them. I've dealt with bandits before traveling through these parts. Well, I've had someone deal with them. It's basically the same thing.
All right. Well, Hloin and Brogrod can show you guys to the local inn where you can stay the night after having some nice meat and potatoes and ale here at the tavern. And unless there's anything else you guys want to do, we'll be waking up tomorrow morning and shipping off to Kalamark.
No, let's get it.
All right. And Hloin will be leading the way, eager to travel with the party. He'll mention many times about how he loves a good adventure, and the only ones he's ever been able to see are with stone around him, digging into a mountainside. And he'll say, all right, now listen, here's the shortcut, okay? I'm gonna go up north, right under Ozerki, through the Hunter Wilds. That way we don't have to deal with all the mountains, or the orcs that are roaming over the turfs. So, be a little bit more mileage, but I promise we'll get there faster. More flat, less orcs. Better.
I am a fan of avoiding orcs.
Very dangerous.
Oh yeah, freaking bloodthirsty bastards they are.
He will lead you guys north up to the Hunt Wilds, and it will just be this evergreen forest, thick woods. You can see the trees are starting to change color as fall approaches. Lots of pine, and you're riding along on your horses. And Hloin has actually taken a caravan of his own. He's got a donkey that he has, and he's actually going to take some goods to Kalamark to sell, some gems, just a couple, not a ton, not anything too expensive. But you guys hear some commotion in the woods. You hear some voices shouting, "Hey, I got it! Did you see that? What a shot that was!" And as you approach, you see a group of ironclad, sword-wielding individuals standing over an elk that looks like it's dead on the ground with an arrow sticking straight out from it. this. And we have the bow. In this elk that lies on the ground, you can see that its antlers are like this golden orange, and have these like red like specks on them as well. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Oh man, look at the size of the antlers on this one. It's gonna make the king rather proud. And Marcus, if you want to actually flash one of your cantrips now, you can see that lancer is holding a flag. Did I just call you Marcus, by the way?
Yes,
Murdoch?
yes, you
Yes.
did.
That's
was a
not the
brief
last time that's
delay.
going to happen.
But yeah, I should have thought about that before creating another M named character. Not my intention. So let's see this flag.
So you can see that the lancer's holding this big old flag that's maroon, and it has this golden sun on it, and you do recognize it. It's actually the symbol of one of the military generals of Rentham's army. His name is Rowan, and he commands his own kind of battalions of militia that have been specifically tasked. His like mission for the military is to gather resources in the Hunt Wilds. He is leading the lack of a better word, the invasion into both Sungar and Guineria's Hunt Wilds for resources. And so these are some of his men. And as they are walking up to this elk, you see this shadowy figure dart out from the trees in front
Oh.
of the elk.
Oh.
And it looks like this black wolf who has this loincloth on him with these like stuffed animal rabbits hanging by his side and these glowing white eyes.
Huh.
And he is growling at the men who take up their swords. And what in the devil is that? I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before. Somebody do something about it. Shoot it. And the bowman will load up a crossbow bolt and will fire it at the beast, which will just quickly kind of like dart out of the way, and then again growl and snarl at the infantry before rushing at them. And it rushes forward and lets out this blood-curdling shriek, and the men just flee the scene. And the beast comes back to the carcass and kind of puts his hands over it and lets out a sigh. You can hear just like the faint rumblings of something. They sound like they could be words, but you can't really make it out. But it doesn't sound like the fierce growls that you were hearing earlier. And the beast is going to start to dig a hole. Does not seem to notice your presence. You're kind of looking at him like through the trees. Here, we'll do the classic thing that we sometimes do where guys are like a little bit far away.
I'm gonna elbow Frift and say, "Hey, do you know what that is?"
Sorry, I think I cut out. Did you ask me for something?
No, I asked Robert.
Okay.
Not you.
Hmm. Does that look like some sort of demon to me? Or do I make a check for that?
Yeah, let's do a skill check.
Do I... Wait a minute. Hold on. Do I get my bonus on that? Or is that only if I know that it's a demon?
Oh no, yeah, you will get your bonus. Yeah, if you're trying to do a demon check, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see
Bonus
if
it
it
up.
is a demon or not.
Yep, absolutely. Um, let's see. Frift, remind me, how familiar are you with like Sungar as a region in general? Like, if you had like local knowledge Sungar just in its entirety, like, would you be good at that, or just like kind of okay?
They're pretty much average at that. Because
Okay.
mostly lived in like caves and then like in one spot. Didn't travel around much.
Okay. So you do not think that this is a demon in like the typical sense of like what a demon is, like Gorax. Though you do think that this beast is a magical beast, and you can sense some kind of evil magic, like perhaps a curse. But
Hmm.
it's not demonic energy. It's more like a cursed energy. The curse could be from a demon, though.
Well, that's not all. Well, whatever this thing is, it ain't a demon, but it could be cursed. Maybe I don't know. Can't say I've ever seen anything like it though.
Well, I don't like the look of that thing. But the elk, though. Those antlers look pretty nice.
Argue with you there. They're very shiny.
I agree. This doesn't seem like our business.
Wait, so it's feared those soldiers, right? It just scared them away and they ran away.
Correct. Yeah.
What's it doing right now?
It is digging a hole, and then it's like kind of like putting the elk like into the hole, sees it like doesn't quite fit, and then it's gonna keep digging.
Dunbar, that elk appears to have glowing antlers. Do you happen to know anything about that? I don't want to, be presumptuous here and operate under the assumption that you, as a bear-like creature, know all of the animals of the forest. But it does seem to be different than most other elks I have encountered.
I'm more familiar with the Feywilds than the Great Hunt Wilds, but I could certainly try. Could I do? Wait, how do I do this again? Is this like a? Do I click skill check?
Yeah, you did. I
Okay.
think. Yeah. So Dunbar, you actually you've never seen a creature like this, but you have heard of a creature that has been described to you as similar, which is a phoenix elk, which is like an elk in size, though it has these fiery antlers, which are they store magical energy. However, these elk have not roamed Testria for hundreds of years. They died out long ago after humanoids killed them all and harvested their antlers for energy. So it's very strange that you're seeing one now, but you think that's what it is. But it's kind of inexplicable how they could be coming back since they were extinct far, far long ago.
Something very strange is going on.
Perhaps we should investigate? I don't really fancy fighting that scary wolf creature, though.
Hmm.
And as you guys are talking, it seems like this creature like has his ears kind of like tingle a little bit and kind of like change orientation, like a dog or a fox's ears would. And he kind of looks over through the trees where your party is and scans the trees a little bit, and then starts to dig faster. And you can hear him. You can hear words, and it sounds like he's saying, "Go, go, go! I'm sorry."
To us, or
Just to himself, like as he's digging. Gotta go faster.
Perhaps I
doesn't
could.
seem too threatening. Maybe we just leave him be. I mean, we.
I could try to talk to it.
Well, if you're feeling up to it, I mean, we'll
I'm-
be right behind you if
I'm
things
bigger,
go south.
I think. If he jumps me, I need backup.
Oh, you'll have plenty of backup. Don't worry about that one.
Your friends are crazy, Brogrod. I'm standing here.
We can back you up if you want to talk to it, Dunbar. Just let's get to it.
Oh,
Huh? He'll look up from digging. Hello?
hey. Dunbar will wave. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. This is not for eating. You'll have to find another elk.
No, I'm not. I'm not hungry. What happened?
The humans killed the elk, and they will continue to kill the elk as they do. And so I must bury it, so it will be revived.
Does that work?
Of course it works. It's a phoenix elk.
Ah. Well, need help?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dig.
My claws are not as sharp as they used to be, but I'm happy to help.
Sure. My
Oh,
claws are
no.
very sharp.
Ah. Yes, I see that. And it looks like you had a tasty meal recently?
Oh, yes. Very
Mm.
tasty.
But not this. This is not for eating.
No. You can't eat this. This
Why
must
not?
come back. It must come back. It's a phoenix elk. It's very rare. And if we let the humans take the antlers, it will not revive. You see,
Is this
we.
has he been
It's a
around
beautiful
recently?
creature.
Yeah, it is. But I haven't seen anything like this before.
No, me
And-
neither. It's only happened a few months ago. They started coming in.
A few months ago.
Yeah, just a few months ago.
And there are more?
I've seen at least 3. I mean,
Oh.
well, 4 if you include the one that some of those hunters killed.
Hmm.
They don't come back if you take their antlers.
I see.
So, we must bury him, and then he'll
Yeah.
come back.
Well, let's dig it.
You guys will finish off the hole. It was already pretty well done, and you will put him in the hole, and then start filling in the hole with dirt. All right, thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Yes. What now?
And now we wait. He will revive tomorrow, I think. I'm not really sure, but I think tomorrow.
So you're gonna sit here and wait?
No, I'm gonna go back, uh, and rest for the night. He should be safe.
Well, I could watch it for a little bit if you want. You can go.
Oh. How can I, repay you? Do you need food, a place to stay?
Ah. How long have we been traveling?
It's been the better part of the day. Nightfall is approaching. You guys were gonna get into Killamark like very late at night, like probably around midnight. You're about halfway there ish. Probably another like 8 hours to go. So it's about to be around 4 p.m.
Well, I'm really intrigued in the presence of this phoenix elk, and are there other creatures that are only been showing up in the past few months?
This is the only one I know,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure. I mean, you saw the thing that fell from the sky.
Yes. Yes,
Crazy stuff.
the human weapon.
Mm-hmm. Crazy stuff. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know quite either, to be honest. But I'm glad you were able to help this phoenix rise again, this phoenix elk.
Mm. Thank
And
you. Thank you for your assistance. If you ever need a place to stay, you can just my old cabin is just down the river, right by the pond. Feel free to use it.
you have a cabin.
Well, I used to have a cabin. I don't really need it anymore now that I'm a wolf.
Ah, that's I've had a bit of my transformation myself, although not quite like that.
Ah, did the Ice Queen curse you too?
Curse you? No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. She's cursing people?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
What'd you
It's a long
do?
story. That's not important. Ice Queen just,
What are you in for?
she's just, has her things. So now I just, I help out the forest. Keep it
Well,
safe.
you are a magnificent, wonderful beast.
Ah, thank you. You too.
And I will watch over this for a little bit, so you can continue to do your duties.
Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna go make sure that those hunters are fully scared off.
Ah, that shouldn't be too hard. Delbar's gonna wait for the beast to get visibly out of his sight, and then he'll wave over to the party. It's okay. Some strange things are occurring in these wilds.
Did we hear that conversation that they were having?
Yeah.
I'd ask that we leave this elk in peace, despite how beautiful it is. I think we need to let nature take its course.
I, for one, don't see any reason to disturb this dead animal.
He mentioned the Ice Queen cursing him. I don't really know much about the Ice Queen, but that seems pretty harsh.
She is a rather harsh lady. She's not well known for being the warmest of hosts.
Well, he or it did mention having a cabin fairly close by that it no longer uses, but I don't know if we're in need of that right now. It was formerly not a beast. It was a person who lived in these woods. So if you're interested, maybe we could rest, but if not, we can continue on and let this elk rise again.
How buried is this elk? Like, if we leave, does it look really obvious that something is buried here?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's like a hole that's elk sized.
Yeah.
So, it's really obvious that something something is weird about that spot.
If we leave here, you told the fellow that we'd keep an eye on this, but if we leave, are we sure that something else isn't going to come along and gobble this thing up?
Gobble it up. I'm not sure, but I said I'd watch it for a little bit. He was more than ready to leave it on his own. He said he wasn't going to really watch it, so I offered to help him move away so he could continue on. So I mean, maybe we could cover it with some leaves or something, but I think we're. He says it takes about a day.
Well, this is not. This isn't really on the main path, I don't think. So yeah, maybe it'll be fine, right? I think as long as we don't dig this thing up and desecrate its corpse, we've done our part.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. So we will hit the road and keep making our way to Kalamark.
If folks don't mind, I might take this opportunity as one to leave. That was like about when I gotta go. I've got to take a shower and get ready for bed for going to work tomorrow. Sorry.
No, that's good. Actually, we're at a pretty good stopping point. If you have like 3 minutes just for us to get onto like the next map, because you guys on your travels, as you're going, you are going to see this flash of light in the sky, and you look up and you can see this white object plummeting down towards the earth. And you hear it smash into the ground, probably only about a mile away from where you are.
Ooh.
What in the world was that?
It wasn't too far away.
Can we see it from where we are?
You can see like where it landed. It's like a little bit off the path, off the trail. But yeah, again, like it looked like it was less than a mile away, like into the forest.
And that the feeling of that landing, whatever it was concerningly familiar.
I think we should go and take a slight detour to investigate this thing.
If
Not too far off.
if it's what I think it is, then maybe we can get there before the watchdogs this time. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure we're not the only people who heard that.
Yeah. So let's hurry.
But given how isolated this bit of wilderness is, we might actually be the closest to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you guys, you kind of leave the horses and in the caravan, tie them up, and you'll have to go on foot into the forest, and it's really actually very, very close. You guys are only walking for a couple of minutes before you get to the place where it looked like it fell, and you can see like this like very faint like dust cloud above the area, and you eventually get to it, and you can see you have stumbled into a thorn wolf den. But in the center of the den, you can see the cause of this object in the sky.
Oh. Hey, wait, is that one of those bricks that we were standing on?
Hmm.
And you can see that the thorn wolves are kind of like startled by this thing too. They're kind of like walking around it. Looks like they're investigating what it is. And that is where we will stop for today.